Hi, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing really well today. It's kind of a warm one again here in Colorado, but I guess that's kind of the normal right now. Today will be part 8 of the Eduard limited edition USS Arizona in 350th scale, I should say. Um, in this part, I'll show you what I did with the propeller shafts. There was a lot of sanding and filling and waiting, and I'll show you the final results, but it was just wasn't really great content there. I got the main decks all glued down, and I got a few seams filled. Still just a little bit of work to do there. But then I started working on the bow where the anchor chains and everything are going to go. I've got to drill, or I've already done it, but I had to drill like 11 holes for places where the chains are going to go through and stuff. And we're going to put some photo etch on it. I've got the photo etch all cut out and fitted, but I haven't glued it down yet. I want to make sure that I get all the seams and stuff taken care of before I do any of that. Oh yeah, and a little. I don't generally drink Coke. Mostly it's Dr. Pepper or water, but that's what we have right now. So you drink what you got, huh? All right, let's go down the bench and I'll show you what I got going on. A lot of what I've done the last few days has just been more filling and sanding, getting the kit in a little bit better shape. Here's what I did with the propellers, or the propeller shafts anyway. Okay, they're all glued down. They're all spaced where everything fits real well. And I used some filler and I flared the all around these tubes a little bit to make it look as close as I could to the actual one. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Let me turn the light down just a little bit. So I'm pretty happy with that. I might do a little more sanding on it before I actually put some primer on it, but I think that part's pretty good. Okay, on the other side, on the decks, I went ahead and glued on this part, the lower deck here. Uh-oh, a neighborhood dog barking, of course, as soon as you turn the camera on. Come on, dog, be quiet. Okay, I glued this on. I sanded the tops of all these buttons down just a little bit. I've got the real basic little guns that go on here, and I wanted to make sure they sit flat. So everything's been sanded to where there's plenty of clearance for everything, and they all sit down there real nice. So I got that done. This is just some stuff I did off camera. It's really nothing difficult. Um, this seam came out real good. This is where I had to split the hole and pull it in a little bit. So that all came out real well. Let me get something to point with. Right here, there was a big gap on both sides. The fit was terrible. So I put a piece of cardstock in there and glued it in and trimmed it to fit to fill the hole. If not, when you looked at it from the side, you could just see a big gap. So I did that, and then I sanded the joint here and here, and it was really bad. And I put some Mr. Surfacer, just a little bit of Mr. Surfacer to finish it off real nice. When you put the decks on, You know, the decks will come right up to this bulkhead here, and there's going to be, I believe there's 3 doors, 3 photo etch doors I've got to put on there. So I wanted to get that nice and get the doors on before I prime the hull. So I'm pretty happy. I'm going to do a little more sanding back here, but I'm pretty happy with the way it's all coming together. I think it looks really good. I did fill, okay, I went ahead and put this part on, the seams right here. I had to shim this up just a little bit to make it come out level, or there would have been a big step. So I shimmed that, got that all glued in, and I filled the joint just a little bit. You can't even feel it. So that I'm real happy with. There's a joint here, and I've got just a little more sanding to do there. I just want to make sure everything's nice and flat. And there's a joint here, and I've got just a little more sanding to do there. So when you also, this is the upper deck, okay? It goes on here. I noticed when I was working on it earlier that this deck was setting way off to the side. There was a big step on this side and it overhung the other part on the other side. Basically what I did was I cut the locating pins off and I just shifted it over. And that pretty much took care of the alignment issues. I did notice too, and you probably can't see it on, maybe you can, this little ring here. It's not molded in the center. I'm assuming that's probably for the tripod mount or mast or whatever you call it. But we'll see. That might have to be cut off and realigned to get everything in place. But that's definitely off. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's to that side. So that'll be something we'll look at. Also, when I took the steps off here, it left 2 holes that'll show underneath the wooden deck. So I took some stretch sprue and I fixed those holes. I still got just a little bit of filling to do on those, but that there'll be a step over or a ladder, I guess you'd call it a ladder, over the place where the hole was. But I just want to make sure it's all nice and smooth. I still got to do a little bit of sanding on that. And what I'm currently working on, let's see if we can pull this down just a little bit more. Okay. This is where the capstans go. At least I think that's what they're called. The anchor chain is supposed to come up through this hole and around the capstan and then down and through these Hawse pipes. I'm learning. I don't even know if I've got these terms right or not. But anyway, there were no holes, so I had to drill all 3 of these. And there's a photo etch piece that goes around it. So I laid those out and then I chain drilled. I'll show you here in a second. I chain drilled the hole and then I cut out what I could and just took a rat tail file and finished it off. Okay, nothing much to it, but there's 3 holes you have to drill here, and there's photo etch around all 3. Then there's 4. There are holes, but they are way too small. And there's going to be 4 more holes here for the Hawse pipes, and there's photo etch to go around them. And then there's 2 more up here, photo etch to go around them. So I've still got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. And then on the very bow of the ship, there's 2 more pieces of photo etch that go on, and there should be a hole through them also. Now, when you're doing this, I want to try and make sure that the hole in the deck lines up with the hole in the wooden deck. What I did, see, this is really thin. It's gonna fall off on me here. See, the wooden deck has got um, places here that fit just right for the photo etch to set into. I've got to do something here, 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 and then more down here. Let me get one of the little photo etch pieces out, and I'll show you what's going on here. I did make a bit of a mistake, or at least I would have done things in a different order if I'd have been thinking ahead. Um, Drilling these holes and putting this photo etch on there probably would have been better off to do it before I glued that down. The reason being is if I mess up and I drop a piece of photo etch through one of those holes, you're not ever going to get it back again. So, so I've got to be real careful. It would have been a lot easier, to work on both sides of the plastic, but we'll work around it. Anyway, what I need to do is get this about where it goes and figure out where my hole is going to be. So it's going to be just about like so. You guys can even see. Okay. Now, a chain comes around and down here to here. So I don't want to interfere with this chain. And this one I need to come kind of a straight shot. So I need to have this pointing a little more, I would think, kind of like that. It's real hard to tell in the directions I've got, or the paperwork I've got, just exactly the way these are pointed. But to my eye, that should be a fairly straight shot from coming around the capstan down here. So what I'm going to do, just start a couple of holes and get them about where they need to be for the edges. You don't need to go through, you just need to start them. Okay, there's one started. And I moved it just a little bit. Okay, see if we can't get that back. Just kind of want to go in a few places around. And yeah, that looks pretty good. This will need to be cleaned up more as we go. Getting the oh, getting the dog's upset because I shut the door on him. He's got to check and make sure where everybody is all the time. Now this will probably be, once I'm happy with those other joints and stuff. I think this will probably be, getting these photo etch parts on about the last step before um, getting some primer on the hull. Let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this off and put this somewhere safe. Back in there, and then we can go ahead and drill our holes through. I could use my Tamiya drill or my Dremel, but these little bits like this are extremely brittle, and you know, if you're not real careful with them, and I may snap one before the day's out, but just try and not put any side pressure on them. I saw a video this morning. Another fellow modeler that I know, Mr. James Mower, in England or UK, just bought the Yamato. So there's another one. He doesn't post an awful lot of videos, but he does every now and then. I'll put a link to his channel. I don't know if he's planning on doing much of it actually on camera, or if he's just going to build it, you know, by himself. But if you're not familiar with him, he's a real good modeler. I think he's into trains and a number of things. So well, anyway, you're getting the idea here. Just very gently go around. This plastic is pretty hard. Actually, there we go. Just now going through. That one's through. And there's that one. Maybe get one more right there. The more holes you get into it, the easier it is to get it through, you know, to cut it out. Let's get one more. About there. This is kind of why I didn't film a lot of this, because it's not terribly exciting. We'll be doing some real building here before long. Once I get this hull in the shape I like it, then we can start going up with things a little more. Just a matter of working your way around it. Okay, that one went through. I just as soon do this now before I get paint on things. That way I don't take a chance on messing paint up. Okay. Come on, boy, that is some hard plastic. Maybe I should have put a couple more holes in it. There we go. There we go. Okay. There's our rough hole. Clean the sides up just a bit. Okay, let's get our deck and everything back in here. Take a look and see how it's going. If I drop that through that hole now, there's no way in the world I'd get it back. Okay. There is actually another piece of photo etch that goes on above this. It's, raised up. So it'll actually cover the hole and just leave kind of an opening at one end. But I see about where I need to do some more fitting. So let's set this aside. I need to bring this up more. See, I'm actually hitting the sweep underneath the bow here a little bit when I'm filing. It doesn't have to be exact. Like I say, we've got another piece that goes over the top of it. So just trying to get it close. That'll work. Put that other piece over the top of it. That'll finish it off real nice. Okay, I still got 2 to do over here, and I've got 2 small ones to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off, and I'll get these other ones done, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I've done. Okay. For you, it'll be just a few seconds. For me, it may be an hour. Talk to you soon. Here's what the bow should look like. These two, let me grab something here. These 2 square holes were left when I ground the winches off, and they'll be covered by the new winches, so we don't even really need to worry about these 2. These are the 3 where the chain will come, up from below, around the capstans, and then down here to the Hawse pipes. So I had to do these 4 holes here, and I had to do these 2 holes here, which I'm assuming those are like for ropes when they're in dock or in port, and they're tied up to a dock or something. A rope would go down through there. I also had to do, if you guys can see it, these 2 are molded in, but I had to do another hole on each side right here. Let me back this up. I don't know if it makes a difference. Back it up just a little bit. So I had to do this hole on each side. These are already there. This hole connects through to this hole. Okay, and there's it would have been a lot easier to do it probably without this in here. But anyway, I got it done. So there's photo etch to go around all 3 of these, all 4 of these 2, and those up there. One thing I wanted to show you real quick. These here have a, let's see, might have to just take pictures of this to show you what it looks like. This is the piece that goes around the hole, and this is a little screen. I've already bent it. That goes here and covers about 70% of the hole going through. Okay, so I've got more of those to make up. I'll show you how I do it real quick. I'll probably just end up taking pictures because I know you guys can't really see. I don't think this camera will go in close enough to really give you a good view of it. That's the part I've got to glue up, and then they'll go over the Hawse pipes. So let's set these back in the little container I've got here. I'll show you how I bent them up. I use this. It's a big old rubber eraser. Works really good for bending photo etch. I asked my wife to pick me up, an eraser, a school type eraser, and she came back and gave me this. I don't know if she's trying to tell me something or if that's just what she could find. But anyway, I guess I won't read too much into that. But anyway, that's it works really good. It's somewhat hard. It's big enough you can roll pretty good sized stuff on it. I've got a little drill bit here that is just about the right size. Here's one of the rings. Let me get my wax pencil here. These are just little screens, and they're really, really delicate. It doesn't take much to roll one. We want to make sure we put it with the detailed side up, so we'll see that when it's done. I'll put it kind of by the edge, and just take the smooth end of your drill bit. If this was a real heavy piece, I'd probably heat it up first, but it's really not necessary with this. Just kind of work it till you get it down to about the size that you want. Let's see how close we're getting. Let's see here. It looks pretty good to me. Yeah, that'll work. I'll take some pictures because I know you guys can't see. I've got to get a camera that'll zoom in to show you the small stuff. But that's basically all there is to it. Just glue these two pieces together. The kit actually comes with a piece like this to use on the other side too. And I don't really see the point of it, but I probably won't use those. But anyway, let's go ahead and roll those other ones, and I'll glue them together later. I'm not going to glue this stuff on until I'm finished sanding and everything because I don't want to damage anything. Okay, let's see, turn that over. Make sure I'm looking at the right side. Yeah, that's the detailed side. I have lots and lots of sizes of drill bits, so I can, I can usually pick a size that'll work for me. Then you can buy dowels and different things, and all works kind of the same. Okay. Yeah, maybe just a little bit tighter. That looks about right. Okay, there's two of them. Let's do the last one. Look at that one, went real easy. Okay, that's about it. That one didn't quite do. It's a little out of off center. Let's see. We can fix that. Guess I pressed a little too hard on one side, or not hard enough on the other. We can fix it. Here we go. That looks really good. Okay. I'm not going to glue these together yet. I will soon. But I need to finish this joint here at the back. And I've got a little more sanding to do. And I want to get that all done before I start gluing photo etch on because I don't want to damage anything. So in the next day or so, I'll get this stuff all finished up, get over all the joints where I'm happy with it. And then when I come back, we'll start getting this photo etch on. I've got some doors to put. Let's see, let's back up a little bit. I've got some doors to put here. I've got all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces of photo etch here. And there's some photo etch that goes around these barbettes, I guess you call them. I don't know if I'm going to try and put that on before I do any paint. I'll do it for this time, guys. I really appreciate you watching. I'm at 800, or excuse me, 785 subscribers right now. I'm only 15 away from 800. So I really appreciate you guys, everybody that's subscribed. And I'm hoping you're enjoying what I'm doing. So we'll talk to you real soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.